Hi guys, I wanted to talk about the fridge today that we installed in the van a while ago. I just wanted to do a video on recording the details and the specifications. So this is the fridge, which is actually a freezer, and I'm gonna get the details because I'm not having it all in my head. As I mentioned, this is actually a freezer. The brand is called Fridge Master, and we converted it into a fridge super easy. It really is super easy. So the capacity of this fridge is 96 liters, and it weighs empty 22 kilos. I popped the dimensions on the screen. And yeah, I said it's a Fridge Master brand, MC96, which means it's 96 liters. And I pop the details page on the screen if I find one. Right, more specifications is it has a ventilation area, which I'll show you now, which is down here. Is the whole side of the fridge is the vent. It has lots of space around the sides and the back for ventilation, especially for the compressor. As I said, I just shown you that grid, so it has lots of room for airflow. Right, these are the outside specifications. It's not much. There is a dial down here. I just keep it on the lowest setting because that's enough for us. It's just mainly for if you have it as a freezer, and is a light bulb for when it's on, when it's operating. And then there's a drain plug down here as well. You can easily remove, like so. How we keep this running is with this thermostat. This one is a digital one, as you can see, and you have buttons to adjust it. I taped it up because there's a green light right in the middle here, which lights up the room during the night, and it's super bright and irritating. Therefore I taped it up. Yeah, so that's the fridge plug, which is fused, as you can see, and that goes into the thermostat. It's set at 5 degrees, and that is plugged into an extension lead, which we have chosen a few more plugs for, because for phones or for laptop, if we need to charge really quick. So the thermostat has a cable right here, which is coming out of here, and that cable is going into the fridge right here, which I taped up right here so it stays in place, and it goes just about a quarter into the fridge, so it only cools down just the top, not everything, and it measures as well just the top too. So there it is. It really is super easy to handle. And here's the inside of the fridge, as you can see. Storage is quite large, which is great. Comes with a basket for it too. So this extension lead is obviously this orange cable here, which we have fed in the back, and then along the back here, going down to our inverter here, which is gonna be plugged in down here right there. It is permanently plugged in there. This inverter is a pure sine wave inverter, which is the better version for those freezers because of the compressor. They don't like modified sine wave, they just like pure. And it's a 2000, oops. It's a 2000 watt one, which is plenty for this fridge. This one's running 24/7, except when I'm driving. It doesn't do it good when it's driving, it just gives error beepings all the time, so it doesn't like to be shaked around too much. The good thing about this inverter is as well, it switches off when it's not in use, which is great. So it doesn't run on constant power all the time. It's just switching on when the fridge kicks on or when we plug something into the extension lead, and then goes back to standby mode, which is great. Explaining the power source we have, which is two 300 watt solar panels on the roof going into 4 AGM batteries with 110 amps each, so we have 440 amp battery capacity, and that is plenty for this fridge for sure, plenty. So in summer I have no problems whatsoever with charging issues or anything. Everything's perfectly charged, everything, the batteries are topped up every day literally. Yeah, but in winter it's going to be a bit more complicated obviously. The last winter we were running out of power, as I've done a short video about that too. Then we had some issues with the solar panel connection and we fixed that. So we figured out that we basically ran on one solar panel this whole time since installation. So I will see how this next winter goes with actual having 2 solar panels working, which we didn't have last winter. We literally ran on one solar panel, which we didn't realize. The good sides of this fridge or freezer fridge conversion is it's lots of storage. Yes, plenty of storage. 96 liters is great. It's insulated. That's another good thing. It's the normal fridges don't have that much insulation, and it's running on very low power consumption, very low. I cannot give you specific details. I'm just gonna pop a little screen up, or a screen of the running power when it goes on, when it cools down. And yeah, you can see the amps and whatnot, because I'm not that good with electrical situation, and therefore I cannot give you specific numbers on how good it runs and what the numbers are specifically, unfortunately. But from my point of view, it's running definitely on very low power. So the other good thing is a top loader. Since you're opening it from the top, I can have the thing shut, which we planned into the build, so it can have lots of work surface going on integrated with the fridge. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. It's getting sometimes in the way that things are on the fridge when I want to get into it, obviously, but that's what it is in a tiny space. And another big point is the cost factor, which is absolutely cheap compared to the fridges, to the 12 volt fridges you get out there, or to the compact freezer fridge compartments. And what I paid for it was 129 bucks plus the thermostat, which was about 10 to 12 bucks, which is absolutely cheap, really cheap. Yeah, so that's a great point, and that's one of the main reasons why I got it, is because of the cheap conversion and the cheap running and the plenty of space you're getting. Right, coming to the downsides is the stacking situation. Everything's getting stacked on top of each other, and it just a nightmare to grab stuff in and out. You have to basically empty almost half the fridge if you need to get down to the bottom of something. And yeah, it's all getting used to, but can be annoying. The bottom gets wet because of the moisture that builds up in the fridge, and everything obviously drops to the bottom and then collects in a corner if you're not standing on level ground, because of the outlet is just in the middle really. So everything goes into one corner, everything gets wet. So you have to, I do mostly just wiping it out when I see it, but it just can get annoying. And yeah, if you don't have baskets for it, I was looking for ages to find baskets and I could not find proper ones, and they're affordable. So yeah, so everything is as it is. And the other downside is no freezer compartment in there, so it's just literally a fridge. I cannot have ice creams, I cannot freeze conchs for my dogs, I cannot have anything freezable, unfortunately, so that's another big downside. Yeah, but that's about it. That rounds it all up, and I'm actually happy still that I bought it, because at the time was very tight budget, which still is. So, but still, it's great. It's a great conversion, and it's absolutely amazingly running. How long do I have it now? Since 2 years. 2 years. I bought it September 21. So yeah, it's now been 2 years. It's absolutely amazing. Right, so that rounds it all up. And if you have questions, if I forgot anything to mention, if something is unclear, just pop them in the comments and I'll happily answer if I can, if I know what it is. Right, yeah, so that's rounding it up, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.